back to the channel. Thank you guys for tuning back in. Sorry it's been a while since I posted anything. We just had our ice just melted here in Michigan, and I was ice fishing pretty darn hard this year. I was going out every weekend, and it was one of the better ice fishing seasons I've ever had. I just did not find myself recording. I'll bring out my GoPro and I'll try to record a little bit, and then fish were finicky, had to change tactics or had to move spots, and cameras would start freezing, and it was just really difficult for me to film. So I just didn't much, and I apologize about that, but I'll show some clips here, short clips or pictures of this last ice season. The fishing was one of the better ice fishing seasons I've ever had here on the main lake I fish. But today we're going to be targeting some walleyes. These walleyes are getting ready to spawn right now, and they're moving into this big river system, and I'm going to make a bit of a drive, but there have been some reports of guys doing really well, and I've only done this once so far. I did it last year for the first time. Ended up catching I think only one walleye, but weather conditions weren't that great. Honestly, similar to what we have today. Cold, windy, but not too windy. We got 13 mile-an-hour winds. It's supposed to get up to 18 midday, but in the morning it should be pretty bearable. So fingers crossed. Targeting some huge walleye. They get, I mean, I've heard reports of 10+ pounders being caught right now this last week, but I guess we'll just get out there and see what we can get into this morning, and fingers crossed get into some good walleye action. I was rigging up rods last night. I'll kind of go over the rigs that I'm using, the rods and line and all that set up. But for right now, I'm gonna get the car loaded up and get out to fishing. We just got to the spot. I got my mom behind the camera here. I got my grandpa over here. He's ready to net the fish. So this river system, the current is moving down this way. And so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna cast on an angle this way. And then as I work that bait and I'm jigging it, it's gonna slowly start working down the current as well. And then hopefully we can get into one. I got straight braid on this one. I got a couple other rods rigged up, and they got a little fluoro leader. This is 8 pound. And yeah, I'm just gonna start casting and hopefully hook into one here. Switch up to the other rod, different color. This rod I got a little fluoro leader on there. I think this is 8 pound fire line too. But same thing, 1 ounce jig and little stinger hook. Homemade, hand tied. Thank you.
Same size.
We'll get you that one for me.
Appreciate it. Thank you, Andrew.
Fish number 3.
Yeah. You recording?
Yeah.
Yeah, I haven't really been saying much or doing much, but yeah, this is for sure the biggest one for today so far.
Number 4, baby.
I just wasn't jigging hard. For me, it was all about feel. Casting it right around here. All my bites came in this little window. Once I got down there, I wasn't. The current was kind of taking in, and I wasn't able to jig at the right speed. But just the smallest little like that, maybe even smaller. And then the second it would touch bottom, it would nick bottom, and I would just kind of flick it right off bottom. Just not let it sit on bottom very long at all.
Here we go. Number 6.
Yes. That's a big one.
Esse dia das que estive a ter, não.
Yeah.
Não tem nada.
I'm gonna say 9 pounds.
You think so?
Yeah.
I don't know if he's quite that big. Oh, 6'2".
6'2"?
Yeah.
Oh.
What is it?
6'2".
What's up, guys? Just got back to the house. I don't know how great the footage is of it, like actual fishing. It was pretty chaotic, but
Oops, sorry.
look at this.
Beginner.
Look at that hammer right there, walleye.
Look at that.
Good old walleye stringer. We're gonna get to cleaning these. I'm gonna show you guys how to do one real quick, and then I'll just get to cleaning the rest of these. Well, I usually use my electric fillet knife, but I have just a standard fillet knife with me, and with these size walleye, like 17, 18 inchers, I like using an electric fillet knife. I kind of fly through them pretty quickly. When I get to cleaning the bigger fish, I always use a standard fillet knife, and then I find I'm able to get a little bit more meat from them. But I'm gonna come right here behind the gill plate and just make one incision right behind the head there, turn my knife and angle it down, and just run it right down the backbone up until I get to right about here, right where I kind of exit right behind the bottom fin right there, and then just run the knife all the way through, pick that meat up, and then just like outline that fillet right there until I get to the ribs, which you can start hearing, and then I go up and over the rib cage, up and over, pop through those pin bones, keep going down on the other side right there, get to the belly, and then there's one fillet right there. And then from here, just take the meat off the skin, and then once I kind of get to working on it, I'll angle my knife. And then with walleye, I don't try not to get too close to the meat. I leave a little bit of that bloodline on the skin. So I'll get down, and then I'll kind of like angle my knife flat like that instead of angling it down like I would on perch or something like that. Then I'll come in here, feel for those pin bones, cut right on one side of them, and then I'll just cut right on the other. Right there. And that right there is one clean walleye fillet. And I'm just gonna repeat that process in all these other ones, and then we'll see you in the kitchen and get to cooking these. All right, guys, just got done cooking up some walleye. Look at that right here. Burnt the garlic a little bit. Don't look at that. No, got done with these fillets. I'm gonna show you guys what we're doing. Super simple. You got fresh fish like this, so I don't want to overpower it with anything. Just a little olive oil in the pan. And then I like to mash up some whole garlic cloves, and then I just peel them apart just a little bit, and then add some of those pieces in there. And I'll usually put like 2 or 3 garlic cloves in the pan, and drop some, and then right from there throw our fish right in. So this is one of the smaller eater size fish, and that's a whole fillet from that, and then this is just the belly meat from that big old walleye that I caught. Lay that down in there like that, and then let them start cooking. The fillets on the outside are getting a little bit white, so that's how I know it's ready to flip. Go ahead and flip it. Flip this one. When I turn the heat down, I'm on a medium heat. From here, I got some dried herbs. I'm gonna sprinkle them on top. And then I got some capers here. Going in with the capers. And I kind of, capers. And I kind of, we like capers a lot, so I'm kind of putting a lot in there. And then from here, going with some homemade white wine. And then once I hit the white wine in there, I crank the heat up to high, and I just let the fish finish off like that. And then as soon as all that white wine kind of cooks off, then I'll put it on a plate and it's good to go. And that's it. Leave it just a little bit longer. And I like to keep the thicker side of the fillet in the middle of the pan. Because usually, this pan's cooking pretty evenly, but usually like some pans, if they don't cook evenly, the middle is obviously going to be hotter. So I like to keep the thicker end in the middle and the thinner end towards the outside. And then once that fish kind of, if I start poking it and it starts like breaking apart, kind of like that, that's how you know it's done. So I'm just gonna let that little bit of wine evaporate just a little more. And I'm gonna plate it and it's gonna be delicious. And there you have it. Time to taste it. Little said it's good. I'm gonna do a taste test. This is part of that belly meat.
Oh, very nice.
Wow.
Ruchon.
Seriously, that's so good.
Yeah.
Some capers. Take my hat off. Wow. Dang, that's seriously so good. You try some, Mom?
Unbelievable.
Wow.
Unbelievable, good, unbelievable.
That really is delicious.
Very delicious and very fresh and very beautiful.
Mom made some green beans. Or asparagus.
Asparagus and fish, that's the
It's
best.
like what my fishing rod was looking like this weekend. Bet.
Oh,
The best.
the best, Baba.
That fish is good.
The best.
All right, guys. Here you have walleye catch and cook, fishing from shore, spring spawning walleye, and caught them, cleaned them, cooked them. Super simple, super easy. Hope you guys get out there and get some walleye this spring. Hope you enjoyed the video. Thank you guys for watching. I appreciate it. We'll see you in the next one.